Because of the tariffs, there's been a big spike in auto buying. People are trying to buy new cars before the prices go up. That's also affecting the prices of used cars. What is that resulting in? Well, it's resulting in people paying high payments. We're seeing videos interviewing people that have purchased cars with payments well over $1,000, $700, $800, $900, $1,000, $1,100. It used to be that car payments were $300 or $400, maybe $500 if you bought a nice car. But now $500 is almost considered to be a cheap payment. How much is your payment? Is it $600, $700, $800? The bigger problem is negative equity. If you have a high payment on your car, that's one thing. But if you're trapped in your car because they call it being upside down in the car, underwater in the car, out of equity in the car, all of these things are terms to say you owe more on the car than it's worth. And if that's the case, you can't sell it. If you have a car that you owe $35,000 on and it's only worth $25,000, you can't sell it for $25,000 because you have a $10,000 negative equity. Sometimes you can try to trade it in and they'll tack on that equity onto your next car, but that's just going to kick the can down the road and you'll have worse negative equity in 2-3 years on that car because you'll have the negative equity for your trade-in plus the negative equity for your existing car. You might be $20,000 out of equity. So how do you deal with this? Well, there's ways you can reduce your principal on your loan. You can check out the website below, carshortsale.com, which will... Your video will be back in 8 seconds. In the meantime, remember, you have access to live one-on-one consultation, undivided attention of a licensed certified expert in this subject and many others. We want to listen to your story. We want to hear your questions and give you expert advisement of your options. We want to tell you what we know about your situation and what options you have. Now back to your video. We'll give you instructions on how to reduce your principal using some techniques. It'll also give you some options for going through the process of doing a short sale, selling your car for an amount that's less than your loan balance and being able to account for that difference. Sometimes the lender will contribute. They have programs for this, or you can offset part of that. It's going to be a chronic problem for a lot of vehicle owners, especially if you need to get out of your car. Maybe your payment's too high, you can't afford it, you need to get rid of it. One thing you can do is turn in the keys and do a voluntary repossession. That kills your credit and it doesn't get rid of that balance, because if you have a car that's worth $25,000 and you owe $35,000, if you just turn in the keys, they're not going to sell it for $25,000 at the auction. They're going to sell it at a wholesale auction for probably $20,000 because that's a wholesale liquidation of a repossession, and then they're going to come back and sue you and garnish you for the $15,000 that they lost on it. So you don't get rid of the negative equity just by doing a voluntary repossession. You get rid of your payments, but you still owe the money. So you're better off going through a more organized, formal process. So maybe you could sell it for $30,000 because you can get retail for it. You get your $35,000 chopped down to maybe $32,000 or $31,000 or something like that. So maybe you only have about a $2,000 negative equity, and maybe you find ways to cover that through the lender or through a car short sale. But this problem is not going away. It's a big problem for lenders, big problem for vehicle owners, and it's going to be very difficult to work through all of this debt on automobiles. Thank you for watching. Remember, you can access live one-on-one personal consultations with a licensed private investigator, a licensed commercial insurance broker, licensed certified real estate title examiner, also a certified civil court mediator. So if you have a need to talk to an expert in any of these fields, or even a licensed building general contractor, you can click the link below, actualhuman.com, and arrange a live one-on-one undivided attention with a licensed expert where you can ask any questions, get information about your situation, and we'd be glad to help.